Too bad he couldn't help the boys out on Saturday.
I know.
I tell you what. I look around the bus. Everybody's team kind of lost. Like, yeah, Mitch, I guess he's an Ohio State fan. Sherm, what'd you go on the weekend? 1-5?
2-5.
2-5?
Yeah.
Apparently he's claiming the Texas Longhorns now. He's like, my wife went there. So I'm like, okay.
That is crazy.
He's hook 'em. He's hook 'em all day. I don't know. How are you a fan of?
We can't give him that one.
I love their jerseys.
Yeah.
We can't give you West Virginia, bro.
I was watching when Pat White was there.
Everybody watched
everybody was watching
when Pat White was
Noel
there.
Devine,
Steve
Pat
Slayton.
White.
Dang, you played the video game with them?
Oh yeah, all the time. So I'd consider myself a fan.
Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, Pat McAfee.
We're all West Virginia fans, apparently.
Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Went 2-5.
But go ahead, Will. Talk about how we're all losers and you're not.
I know. Nebraska did win, and I'm excited about that. I did hate seeing everybody's team lose. It's kind of like a weird. I'm used to feeling like the loser of the entire group, and it's like I'm the only, JP as well. I didn't want to just throw a random stray at you. Like South Carolina's they've been in the dumps for a while as well. But yeah, it does. It feels good to unseat an undefeated Rutgers team. We played our worst football, not defense.
Yes,
Defense played incredible, but we had 2 blocked punts.
Which
2 blocked punts. Can't have that, number one. But we had 2 blocked punts. It was Rayola's probably worst game of his season so far. And the boys, the black shirts, showed up in incredible fashion. We did. We eked out our win. I hated that Rule didn't try to at least drive. They were in enemy territory and at least get a field goal to cover. It was ultimately a push because I got them at -7. I know some people got them at -6.5. Should have paid for that little, what do they call it, a hook? Should have paid for the hook.
Yep.
But yeah, it does. It feels good. It feels good to be a winner, the sole winner on the bus. I hate it for everybody else. And to lose in the fashion, Vanderbilt. We're talking what? Music City Miracle 2.0. That was insane that Vandy, should we start there? Vandy upsetting Alabama. Because again, we're on a bye week. We're back. We're 4-1, 5-1. We're on a bye week. We go to Indiana. That's going to be a very tough game for us because Indiana's a good team. But we have a bye this week.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can start deflecting and get it off of myself, the spotlight off of myself, and we can talk about this young man right here. What's
Pavia.
Pavia?
Yeah, the kid came from, I believe, New Mexico State last year. And just this guy is every bit of a psycho. And I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Literally, there was a news article that came out where they were playing one of their rivals at New Mexico State. Might be New Mexico. Who knows? I don't follow them. But apparently in the middle of the night on an away game, went to their 50-yard line and pissed on their field. Like that's the kind of operation this kid's dealing with. Like this kid, and I'm not taking a shot. Like he's not an NFL guy, right? Like we're not looking at him as like a first round pick type of guy. Just a true college legend.
Yeah, just a football player who saw Alabama and there's no fear in his mind. He
no
wanted
fear
to play against
like
the
he was
Crimson
going to go out. There was a couple of plays in that game where he goes, runs the sideline, 3 or 4 yard gain, gets hit out of bounds, slips and falls, gets up. He's right in the DB's face, losing his fucking mind about it. Now, he's not like a throw it down the field type of guy. Who is the head coach for Vandy? Oh, it doesn't matter. Whoever the OC is. The creativity they have on offense is incredible. There's one play in particular. Clark Lee. Shout out Clark Lee because they had early in the game they did a your classic option pitch play and they caught the edge and they ended up getting a bigger gain on that, which was like 12, 15 yards. Later in the game when it counted the most, I believe it was the end of the third quarter. They're in they're trying to obviously take all the clock they possibly can. They go and they show the same option, but they turn it into a shovel pass. So you have the whole defense going east and west, and as he's about to pitch it, throws it the other way. Kid takes it and has an explosive play there. So they're utilizing this kid's creativity because you saw it against Virginia Tech when the game is literally on the line. He's like running, and he just decides to throw it to the side. Yeah, just doing
he's
crazy
either running
shit.
Or just dishing it off to the check down.
And these Vanderbilt boys, man.
they were
these
right.
band of fucking misfits. These outliers in the SEC, where Nick Saban has literally gone on record, everywhere in the SEC is hard to play at except for Vanderbilt. Just drugged through the mud 24/7, treated like shit, and they're in an amazing city where they don't have a whole lot of recruits. They have guys that just decide, hey, I'm not good enough here, so I'm going to go to Vanderbilt and still play in the SEC.
To go to Vanderbilt.
I'm smart enough to go to Vanderbilt. These fucking kids just unseated the 1 seed, and I keep catching eyes with G, and G's our Alabama fan. In no way am I trying to take away from you or any of this, because we've done that last year, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just like, I'm excited for Vanderbilt, man. Like, they just did a historical thing that they've never done at that school.
It will be etched.
They told us in June. We did a Duke Cannon promotion with them, and they're like, bro, they're sleeping on us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
they were like,
that's what they all say, kid. Like, I'm like, all right, boys,
he said,
good
no,
job.
we're going to shock the world this year.
Yes. You had these white offensive linemen, and they are talking way different. And I'm like, you don't need to talk like that. I'm thinking to myself, these dudes are out of their fucking minds.
But they pulled it off, man.
And they pulled it off, and it started with Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
And now they got 3 wins. They've already beat their win total that Vegas said for the year.
Yeah. First time in school history, program history, defeating the 1 seed. First time they beat Alabama since September of 1984.
Insane.
And that was in Tuscaloosa. When's the last time they beat Alabama at home?
Like the 20s?
The 1920s.
Just before the Depression.
Shit, the game was filmed in black and white the last time that shit happened.
That is crazy.
Legit one of the biggest upsets in college football history, yeah?
Yeah.
So I guess my question,
maybe the biggest. Is that the biggest?
It's
probably App State, Michigan.
Was Michigan 1 though? I don't know if Michigan was.
No, we were like
number
10
1.
though. We were 10. They were a 1AA school.
Right. But
App State kind of has a little resume of doing that to people.
Yeah.
And they're solid now.
Yeah, they're solid. And I think they are D1 now.
They are.
But still, like, and to go even more like shitting on Michigan, like Vanderbilt is still in the SEC. It's still a conference game. They still play these teams every single year. It's just wild, man. The question I have for the chat is, who is a more famous Vanderbilt quarterback, Pavia or Jay Cutler at this point?
I think you got to go Pavia.
You might have to go Pavia. This kid might have a fucking statue. It might be made out of, foam.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Vanderbilt's budget looks like.
They got some money.
They got some money. But I'm just saying, bro, this kid might be the most famous player ever in Vanderbilt history at this point.
Jay Cutler will have like the more decorated career because obviously he was a first round pick, NFL and everything else. But as far as like etched in stone forever, Pavia is going to be the guy.
The guy.
Because they're going to build their recruiting around that. It's like something that's like, what was it like the night where 2 goalposts marched down through Broadway,
multiple miles
into the river.
Right. Like, Jack, Tennessee, when y'all beat Alabama and you guys started the goalpost thing. Yeah. How far is the goalpost from Neyland Stadium to the river?
Oh, it's right next door.
Next door.
But we took it to the Strip, which is about 1.5 miles.
Okay, so there's a lot of effort both ways.
The fact that they took it from Vanderbilt Stadium to the Cumberland, I think it's like 3.1 miles, and then they broke through the police barricade on Broadway. That shows grit.
It shows grit.
That shows crazy grit.
You think of Vandy and you think nerds. Unfortunately, that's just the case.
Right.
Those kids changed the narrative this weekend. They might be nerds, but they got fucking heart.
Yeah, they got grit. They're gritty nerds.
They have
maybe the most dangerous kind of human.
They have a core memory forever.
Look at this kid on the goalpost. That's your profile picture the rest of your life.
You see that kid in the far right?
Yeah.
In the Tennessee.
He's like, fuck yeah, Bama lost. We're still undefeated.
Yeah.
And then he went to Broadway and got his heart broken.
God.
And also shout out the city too for, even though they went through the cop bear and everything else, like, the police just like, hey, they're experiencing the greatest moment this university has ever seen. Yeah. Let them take it there. And then I want to say, I was listening to Josh Pate, shout out the boy, but he was saying how when he was coming back, he saw like a rescue mission to get the goalposts out of the water at in the middle of the night, obviously.
There's a lot of boat traffic that goes through there, so that goalpost, it was floating for a good sec. If that catches someone's prop, like, it's gonna break your boat.
Yeah, that boat, they're literally sinking ships. Little mini Titanics everywhere through that Cumberland River.
Just that's one piece of the insane weekend that college football had. Alabama lost, Tennessee lost to Arkansas, Michigan lost, USC lost. Mizzou got embarrassed
called USC, by the way,
by A&M. Rutgers undefeated lost.
I'll say this, dude. When we were doing the locker room and I was looking through all the slate of college football,
Yeah.
I kind of thought to myself, this is like maybe the most boring week of college football.
I think everybody felt that way.
And it
turned
was
out to
the
just
best.
be
I mean,
fireworks.
it wasn't the best. Michigan lost, but like
That was
upsets.
Michigan lost, but that was an incredible game to watch as well.
Not really.
Yeah,
Wasn't that-
I know
we
your
had
heart was getting broken.
Turnovers. We spotted them 14 early. Listen, it is tough when you're the 10th ranked team in the country and you go to the Pacific Northwest to play a team that's unranked and you're underdogs by 2.5 points.
No, it seemed like what's the quarterback's name? Tuttle.
Tuttle.
Seemed like he had
Tuttle
a
the
little bit of
Turtle,
life.
dude.
Seemed like he had a little bit of
Yeah,
life
he
until
did.
he
He
just
got-
started throwing the
yeah.
ball to the other team.
Well, yep. And the thing is, here's what gives me optimism about the rest of the season.
Okay.
With Orgy, a fantastic athlete, looks like a guy you would create on NCAA 14. Like he's got the look, he's got everything. But
It's
like,
like, we kind of got a Milrow, but he's completely not.
yeah, but he's not pushing the ball down the field. Now you look at this Tuttle kid, right? Looks like he got into Vanderbilt on a full ride academic scholarship, no doubt about it. But he comes in and his numbers weren't like incredible. However, at one point he was like 7 for 9 for like 85 yards, and it's like, okay, we're able to throw the ball a little bit to where the defense has to play us a little more honest. You see Donovan Edwards kind of get a spark going. You saw Mullings get a little spark going.
Loveland.
What Loveland gets, and then listen, he tries to go up in the pocket in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left in the game. They hit the ball out. There's a turnover. He throws a pick later. Like all those things are very frustrating, and it is a big reason why we lost the game. But we have good receivers. We have possibly the greatest tight end in all of college football right now, and we have a guy that can, even though he's not the best, he can get the ball to them, which allows us to strengthen our run game. It just, even though our offense is not that much better, it is better.
You can execute the forward pass a little bit.
We can execute, we can officially turn on forward pass in our offense. And that's gives me hope because the defense, not their best day.
Which
the
is
first
crazy.
two drives,
I mean, you got
know.
2 first rounders on defense.
3 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that Grant kid, 55, Graham, and then Will Johnson.
And that linebacker number 15, he's a
Right.
good player.
And then, bro, what I tell you about Zero? 3rd and 8, which I know you love Zero on 3rd and 8 with the game on the line. Will Johnson gets a DPI. And it's just like, there goes, that's the game. It's over. It's done. And I don't love how much we blitz. I don't. I know that's Wink's thing. That's not Will Johnson. He plays for the Washington Commanders now. I don't love how much they blitz. I wish they would just play their man, play their zone, throw in a couple blitzes here and there to keep them honest.
Just rush 4.
You have the talent. You have the talent to get to the quarterback with 4, and you have guys that can cover all around.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know it's tough.
it's frustrating, but I do weirdly, like, after that game, I'm like, okay, like our offense has added the throwing portion. We're halfway through the year and now we can throw the ball a little bit. I don't give a shit if it's checkdowns, brother. We can fucking do it now.
I did watch your video and you're talking about what was the record going into Ohio State?
9-2.
I feel like you're sleeping on some clubs now.
I know, but listen, and I saw your tweet. Let's focus on one game at a time. I get it.
I'm just trying to help you out.
I know, Will. And trust me, I'll get there eventually. Like, I know to me, this is picture perfect. I'm up here and you're like, hey, maybe you should be down here for a little bit. I'm like, no, fuck that. I gotta stay up here. Eventually I'm going to end up where you are telling me to be, but not right now.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm just saying I have.
Because Illinois is tough.
It's a tough ball club. Michigan State, dude. It's not a gimme.
I mean, Illinois is probably going to be
We had
favored.
Oregon November 2nd, which I might be taking win to.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. What's that?
Michigan State looked like garbage against Oregon.
Yeah, but Michigan State is garbage, bro. G didn't have the mic. He said Michigan State looked trash against Oregon. Yeah, Michigan State is fucking garbage. But I'm just saying, dude, we've got a chance. We've got a puncher's chance. We got a chance.
Who, with the way college football kind of ended up over the weekend, who do we think is the favorite now in the SEC outside of Texas?
It's hard to say it's not Vandy. Right?
They might be a top 10 team.
Who?
Vandy's going big game hunting.
Yeah, dude, they are. African safari, dude.
Yeah.
Cool hats, 50 caliber rifles, and they just took down a big bull. A big dog.
I think you would think it would be it's still the same 3 teams probably: Alabama,
Texas, and Georgia.
Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, because it was a brutal loss. But I personally have been high on Arkansas all year. Sam Pittman, he's got it together. Bobby Petrino is so elite, and I feel like it was never that big of news that he went back to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing this. I think this is his first year back with them, and he's already got them rolling. And it's like Arkansas next year, I think, is going to be a problem.
Are they a young team, I guess?
Yeah, young as far as young in their culture. Because they got an athletic quarterback right now, but he makes so many mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor Green. Because he transferred.
Shout out Taylor, dude.
Yeah. But so I don't think that's like a horrible loss for Tennessee, and ultimately it's probably going to come down to Alabama, Tennessee in a couple weeks, barring South Carolina somehow takes down a pissed off Alabama team next weekend.
What happened with South Carolina, man?
Similar to Michigan, we spot them 14 points in like 3 minutes. The crowd was out of it immediately. The defense played fine after those 14 points. We just gave them a short field so many times.
Yeah, can we talk about Dylan Stewart just unloading
the clip? And did you see Jackson Dart's chirp back?
No, what did he say?
He said, how you fire 100 rounds and not hit once.
Oh my God.
Quoted Young Dolph. How the fuck you miss a whole 100 shots?
What's up with these kids doing the gun celebrations?
DMV, dog.
Hey, but legit though, there was another one where I want to say somebody like lifted their shirt up like they had one strapped to him. Like I don't feel like that was happening when we were playing.
Show your age, Will.
But I'm saying,
I'm with you,
but
it's
definitely like a this year thing.
Yeah,
because I think
crazy.
One of the receivers. Yeah,
well, I think it did. There was in the NFL.
Yeah,
one player did in the NFL, and he got flagged. I think it was for the Packers.
Yeah,
someone got flagged
for a first down and got flagged.
Yeah.
No, one dude was like on the sideline.
Personally, I loved it. I was watching it happen, and I was standing up.
Yeah, keep fighting.
I saw him pull the trigger, and I turned around. I saw the flag, and these Ole Miss fans were behind me. I said, "That was sick, though." I mean, Dylan Stewart did go crazy. 4 tackles for a loss and a sack, so he did his thing. But the offense, we have no identity, which falls on one person, and it's not a player, and it's not our head coach, and it's not our DC. You can connect the dots on who's left.
Coach?
Yeah.
The
Overall,
OC?
fun weekend, though. Yeah.
Another bad OC?
Because it seems like the OC that you guys used to have is doing all right in Lincoln.
They demoted him.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He's not the y'all's OC.
Rule calls it, right?
I think y'all have another guy.
I think Satterfield
is a quarterback's coach.
Yeah, but he's also like a.
He's not calling plays.
I think he is.
I'd be willing to put some money on this one.
Look it up.
Actually, the way y'all played the last 2 weeks on offense, maybe.
No, we just Dylan. He missed a couple throws, but
he's a rookie.
You can't have 2 block punts.
Hey, do you see Dylan's brother?
You can't have 2 block punts.
Hey, you see Dylan's brother?
Yeah,
he's committed to Nebraska.
Committed to Nebraska. Looks like Jackson Mahomes. I see all the headlines. But we got a ball. We got a little brother. That's
dog. He looks exactly like him.
We got a little brother that's a ball player. No broken wrist stuff over here. We got a family of athletes coming into the NFL.
Bro, Nebraska might be nice for the next 6 years.
Could be. I don't know. I did see.
Hey, that's Raiola.
Yeah. I saw he threw a bomb in his high school game.
Yes, dude, that was a beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Lefty, too.
Yeah.
Will, you are right, by the way. He's a tight ends coach and the OC.
Yeah.
And then it looks like Glenn Thomas is co-offensive coordinator.
Right. I do. I think it's a OC by committee type of deal.
I feel like that's always a tough gig.
What?
The committee thing.
Yeah.
Whether it's coaches or players, I don't like it. I don't like it. The only place that works is running backs.
Running back, running back by committee.
Yeah, this kid. What's Dylan's brother's name?
Dayton.
Yeah.
What?
Dayton.
Dylan and Dayton. Okay.
Dayton Raiola.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Jack, how are you feeling after Tennessee dropped the one against Arkansas?
It's tough, man. You know, You just have these high expectations, and you don't think you're going to drop one to an unranked SEC opponent. Luckily, it's a West team, but still, they controlled the ball the whole game. Even though it was only 3-0 at half, and then we were up 14-3, and then I think our last 5 series, we got shut out. And then I think it was the first time we saw Nico make a young quarterback error. The very last play of the game, it's 4th and 8 or something.
Yeah.
Time expires and he runs it. It's like, who cares if you even throw it and they pick it off? It's game over regardless. So that seemed like the first kind of, all right, he's young and still trying to learn what these big play moments can be. So that I think that is probably where a lot of our fan base saw like, he's maybe not quite the elite quarterback that we want him to be at this moment. I still think he's an unbelievable talent and will continue to learn. And I'm sure he was just as upset as anybody else would have been. But yeah, it's tough. I thought for once, because the Titans had the bye week, I was like, I'm going to have stress-free football weekend. And I have this theory, whenever the Titans win, the Vols will lose, and vice versa. When the Vols win, the Titans lose. And I forgot Titans played on that Monday night game, and what they do, they won. So I should have known that the Vols were going to come back and fuck my shit up all weekend. I didn't watch one snap of NFL football yesterday. I watched 3 movies in my room by myself. Kind of got back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
And it was great.
Did you watch anything spooky?
Yeah, but not like a traditional... I forget this. What was the thriller that I watched?
Just threw on the Arkansas-Tennessee game.
That would have been the spook. Would just be watching the replay of that. But we've got a big game coming up this weekend. Florida comes to Knoxville, and even though Florida is
2 like rivalry weeks in a row for you guys.
Yeah,
Florida,
well, I mean Arkansas. Oh yeah. You're saying starting this week? Yeah, absolutely. And Florida's been abysmal this year. But when it comes to rivalry, you throw everything out the window.
Throw them out the window. You're absolutely right.
And Florida, they have the opportunity to end our season before we even get to Alabama. And I know that would be like them getting their season. That would be a full win for them. It doesn't matter if they don't win another regular season game. By ruining your season. By ruining our season. We opened up as a 20.5-point favorite last week, which scares me. I do think we can handle it because historically, the Vols are so bad in the swamp, but it's a different story typically when they come to Knoxville. So it's a 7 p.m. game again. We have yet to have a game we had night games every single game this year. So I don't know. Wild. And we are a franchise that's been noon games. My first 2 years at Tennessee, I think we had 1 night game for the first 2 years I was there. So it was always noon kickoff. So I'm a little nervous, but it's always fun. Florida and Tennessee is such a fun matchup, and it's really gritty, hard-nosed football. But if we drop that game, next week I'll be really sad.
You want to hear my theory?
Yeah.
The curse of you not buying back in with the Titans. Hang on, time out.
That doesn't have anything to do with college football.
The trees are whispering that the curse has leaked over into college football.
No,
Jack McPherson controls a little bit of what's happening.
I want you to admit that you want me dead. You want me to kill myself. I just want you to say it.
I don't.
Maybe this. We obviously don't want you to kill yourself.
Yeah, I don't.
But you said you would kill yourself and Malik Willis.
And that was hilarious in the moment. And then when it came real, the chickens came home to roost. It was kind of like, hey, we'd like for you to not kill yourself.
What do you want me to do?
You should probably
want me to cut myself,
bro.
Get close to death, get
take
brush the line.
Take it back to middle school.
Horizontal cuts.
Yeah. If we post more clips,
maybe we just have a quick brainstorm. Brainstorm of what you could do to get the juju off.
I'm just gonna say, if we keep posting clips about suicide, eventually people will not think it's funny.
No, I understand that.
But until then, we'll keep doing it.
Jack, what's gonna happen if you guys lose to Florida this week?
I mean,
you got to at least think about it. Like, okay, I gotta pay the gods something.
Shave his head.
Maybe
if you lose to Florida this week, you should shave your stash and head.
I'm not gonna do both. I would do the mustache.
Whoa, really?
What?
If you lose to Florida this week, shave your head.
No. I'm not shaving my head.
No, hey, we're not talking about if they lose to somebody. He's got to right or wrong now. So Jackson,
I agree. I don't want the curse to live. I hate living in this world. I truly do.
yeah, we
I don't want you guys to
everybody-
lose. I want you guys to win this week. Who's Alabama play?
Us.
Suck. I would like for it to be one-loss teams when we go to Tennessee.
Maybe we tie.
I'll shave my head if we die.
Up.
But Jack, all I'm saying is
Whoa.
I don't want. I just don't want the curse to leak in.
Yeah, neither do I.
What
I don't
can
know
we do?
how we've swapped from NFL to college. I feel like there's got to be a line in the sand. Like I was prepared for the Titans to just be horrible because of me, because I had the Vols.
And then
It
they
was the
won, and
Vols'
you're like,
fault.
okay, maybe that stuff isn't real. And then it leaked over into your actual
this goes
favorite
into my
team.
theory where the Tennessee Vols and the Titans can't win on the same weekend ever. I
Okay,
feel like.
all right.
So what?
I'm just raising the
Just so we
question.
can put this to bed, what is it going to be? Because I'm willing to do something. I don't know if I want to shave my head if we lose. I would shave my mustache.
Jack has to buy.
How about this? We'll let people leave comments on what Jack should do this week,
He has to buy you a Chevy. Rough shit.
Yeah.
and maybe we take.
All right.
We'll choose out of the 2 most liked ones.
Okay. Drop the comments,
All right.
and none can involve me killing myself. So.
Yeah. We do it. That's off the table. Like we
Yeah,
can put that
death-
one. To
death
rest.
is
We
off
don't-
the
we don't
table.
want- You're
It's
the one who
much
said
fair.
that, but we do want that one off.
Sorry,
the table.
guys.
If we lose to Florida, that will.
No.
I'm not.
Stay the night
Oh,
with Jack
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a call if we lose to Florida. Yeah. I don't know where we go from here.